They should have a little bit more aero downforce through this last sector. It's been a very untidy finish to the lap. He spins out on an auto spin curb, and unfortunately that is the end of the session for Joe. He's ended up in 5th place.
4, 5 lights, and away we go for the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But now we're going to try and maybe take him around the outside. And now we're side by side with Sebastian Vettel for the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 2. We take the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and come lap 27, Barrichello's up to P5, so that's good for us. And he's up to P4. He's taken P4 off Mark Webber, and we are now in championship position. How quickly the tables can turn. We come round the final corner for Williams, for Great Britain, to win the championship. Yes guys, a brand new chapter of the ultimate career starts here. We are here for the F1 2011 career mode, guys. Hello and welcome, I'm Joe, and we are here straight into the action in Q1, and we're being blocked by a Marussia. And yeah, this is our first run in Q1, the first time that I've really played the game, to be honest. We're just sort of trying to get a feel for the car, and putting in a 125.2 in our Williams. The Williams that you guys voted I should drive in. Not quite as strong as it was in the 2010 season. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this career mode so far. Hope you guys will enjoy this race. And as you can see, we were purple through that second sector there. Obviously, it's only Q1. Our teammate was the fastest guy in this session. But we topple him to go top momentarily at least. And skipping to Q2, we're going for our fastest lap in Q2 now, obviously, as we come across the line to start a new lap, draining that KERS and DRS. And we're currently in the drop zone because we've left it quite late in this session. But the 2011 game is a lot different to 2010. So don't expect me to go winning races like I was midway through that 2010 season. But we went 7th place with that lap. And that takes us all the way to Q3. So it was a pretty easy route, actually. We managed to get there in 7th or 8th position. We put down a banker lap in Q3. That only managed to get us in 8th position. And now with just 17 seconds left, we come across the line, braking just before the 100-meter board, clipping that apex, full lock on the steering wheels. We come through turn 2, opening the DRS, using a tiny bit of our KERS on that run down into turn 3, braking just before the 100-meter board, making sure not to lock that inside front tyre, which we did a little bit, up into 3rd gear as we come through turn 4. They're opening the DRS momentarily, but got to close it as we go through that turn. Although there's no lift, you can easily spin out as we are 2 tenths up on our best in that first sector, but we're a good 2.5 tenths down on Vettel's pole time, so it doesn't look like we'll be taking pole position today. As now we come down into turns 8 and 9, I believe, clipping the apex beautifully again, shifting up through the gears. Now got less than half of our KERS left, which we'll save for that run to the line. Up into 7th gear, DRS open, and now we're just 7/100ths of a second behind Sebastian Vettel. As now we're coming up to the final complex of corners, up into 7th gear, DRS open once more, braking beyond the 100-meter board. This really is it in Q3 now, as we turn harsh into this corner, down into 3rd gear, and now into the penultimate turn, once again making sure not to lock that inside front. But as we go full lock into that final corner, we come out of it to see what we can do for Q3. But as you can see, we're using a lot of full lock on this lap, and it was actually enough only for 7th position. So a 123.3 it was. We're going to be starting on 7th on the grid for today's race. And in our Williams, once again, let's see if we can match our 2010 result. I believe it was 2nd place we took in Australia, but it was a wet race in 2010. It's a dry race today as we're on the soft tyres for a 50% race around Albert Park It's 5 lights and away we go for the F1 2011 career mode. And we get brilliant traction off the line using a tiny bit of curves going into turn 1. We brake about the same time as the AI trying to go around the outside. And we've got Lewis Hamilton, yes, just about. We squeeze him out a tad, but we've got up into 3rd position now. And Jenson Button is our next victim as we break into turn 3, trying not to shove Jenson too much there, and I think we did just about avoid contact, so we go wide there into turn 4, I believe, is now coming through turn 5, once again on full lock. Obviously we're on heavy fuel in this 50% race, and we are within DRS. All we've got to do really is keep within DRS range of Jenson Button. Only one DRS zone on this circuit, and that is down the home straight, or the pit straight, and we just had to make sure that Jenson wasn't getting away from us, but we skip all the way to lap 5 now. We're running in rich mix, and we've gone purple through that 2nd sector. As you can see, we've got plus 1 lap of fuel, but the fuel was actually quite a lot different in 2011. If you were running in lean revs, then it would only give you 2 of the rev lights. It'd only go up to the red rev lights rather than going to purple when you were on rich and standard. But I only realised that with a few laps to go, so you probably see me revving the engine quite a bit. But as you can see, we're finally within DRS range of Button. We got a little bit of a tank slapper on the exit, but we're knocking it down into standard now as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:26 dead, and now getting perilously close to that rear end of Jenson's McLaren. We had to back out of the move by going onto the grass, and it actually ended up losing us quite a bit of time. But look at those tyres. Jesus Christ. Tyre scaling is back, and we are skidding all over the place. We're going to have to pit 2 laps early. And a little bit of inside information that I didn't know at the time. A lot of the AI were actually trying to 1-stop, and it's going to be a struggle for me to 2-stop. Because we're going to go onto the prime tyres now, and we've got to make these 2 sets of prime tyres last 23 laps, which means that we're probably going to be coming in around lap 17 or lap 18 for a new set of tyres. So these are going to have to go nearly twice as far as the options, and to think that the AI are 1-stopping, this is like F1 2013 all over again with the tyre scaling. But no, it's all good fun, and I mean, you look at those tyres, as we completely missed turn 1, because I have no idea, I've never come out of that pit lane, I don't think. But we skip on to later on in lap 7, and as you can see, we're up to P15. Mark Webber is out of this Grand Prix, and I believe Jenson Button is also out of the race, as is Lewis Hamilton, as you can see, and then Fernando Alonso. So 4 of the world's biggest drivers and championship contenders, really, are out of this Australian Grand Prix. So that's Hamilton, Alonso, Button and Webber all out of the Grand Prix within 1 lap, as our tyres still haven't warmed up. But we're up into P6 now due to people pitting on lap 8. Also, Hami Alguersuari pitted on lap 9, which meant that we're up to P5 after setting what looks as if it's the fastest lap of the race, because we've gone purple, but we're actually 3/10 slower than our previous best time, so I think it's a bit of a glitch going on there. As we really catch up to Paul di Resta, who is 1-stopping, and we've got a couple more cars in the pit lane, one of them being Felipe Massa, who is on for a 1-stop, and yeah, he could be a real danger to us, which I didn't realise at the time. And now we're closing in on Paul di Resta on lap 12 of this Grand Prix. As you can see, we're cutting quite a way into this race, but we are closing in ever so slightly on Paul di Resta. We gained so much on that braking zone, but now as we come through turn 5, we got much superior grip to that Force India, which is a very similar car. We take a look down the inside, think better of it, but he's run wide. We've gone purple through the first sector, and now as we come into turns 8 and 9, this is a perfect opportunity to take second place. We sell him the dummy, and well, we go around the outside in the end, and that is us up into P2. And Sebastian Vettel, you can just see him on the mini-map there, but come lap 17, we've got our pit stop coming, as we completely miss the penultimate corner. As you can see, we've lost a bit of a front wing, and I believe we actually clipped it when we were lapping a back marker. Unfortunately, the back markers on this game are ridiculously retarded, and they just don't know what to do when they're getting out of the way. They really don't. But anyway, less said about that, the better. We're replacing our front wing, putting on another set of the prime tyres, if I can speak properly. But But yeah, once again, we've got cold tyres on, and we're down into P6, P8, P9, P10. We're down into 11th place now. And we've got a lot of cars that we want to pass if we want to get back up into that P2 slot. And look how cold the tyres are. They really are so cold. But come lap 18, we've got a blowout, an engine blowout. I believe it's Hami Alguersuari who was... No, it isn't Hami Alguersuari. I don't know who it is, actually. But someone's engine's blown anyway. And come lap 19, this is where the action starts. We've got a Lotus running slowly there. Is it Nick Heidfeld, I believe? And he has been passed... No, it's Vitaly Petrov, in fact. He's been passed by Paul de Resta. We go around the outside of both of them into turn 3. A lovely move from ourselves, if I do say so myself. And now, later on into lap 19, we've got so much more grip than these cars. So much more than that Toro Rosso of Sebastian Buemi, draining that Kerr's battery. And it's been an all-action race here for the first episode of F1 2011 Career Mode, going side by side with Sebastian Buemi. He holds it around the outside as we go purple through Sector 2 once more. And skipping all the way to lap 20, we've got Michael Schumacher ahead of us. What a move that was! We sold him the dummy, we went down the inside, and we are up into 6th position in this race. And next up is Nico Rosberg, his teammate. And you can just see what superior grip we've got. We're going to maybe get the cut back on Rosberg, use our Kers to try and get past him, and we do so for 5th position. What a move that was. A lovely couple of moves. I bet the Mercedes don't know what's hit them. This Williams is just really, I'm loving it. I really am. And we get past Sergio Perez with ease as his one stop doesn't... Well, it looks as if it's got him into a good position, but obviously we've got so much more grip as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix this time. The purple was indeed right. And a 125.7 is a fantastic lap time around here. And we're now behind Adrian Sutil, who is in 3rd place in that Force India. Sterling job from him. And hopefully we'll be able to get him within no time as we go purple once again in Sector 1. And maybe we'll try the same moves we did on Schumacher just a couple of laps ago. We go down the inside of him. He saw it coming slightly, but there was nothing he could do. Wasn't quite as drastic as that one on Schumacher. But once again setting another purple lap time. A 125.2 that time. But look at that fuel. We're -2 on fuel. You may have saw that we knocked it into lean revs. And it could be a lot of fuel saving to the end of the race. Felipe Massa is a good 20 seconds up the road. So we're going to have to hit the beeps, as Rocky, Sebastian Vettel's engineer, would say. But come lap 29, we had no fear of anyone overtaking us. And as you can see, we're back finally to optimal fuels. We were running lean revs for the, 6 or 7 laps? And we knocked it back up into standard for the final sector. Sebastian Vettel took out the race victory, and Felipe Massa, a fantastic second for him and the Ferrari team, getting there on strategy alone, really, as we had the pace over Felipe. It's just we couldn't close him down quick enough. But we come around the final corner with suicidal tyre wear. We're back under -1 of fuel, but we are going to take 3rd position in this first race of F1 2011 Career Mode in our Williams. Yes, a fantastic 3rd position for ourselves. Obviously behind the Ferrari and the Red Bull of Vettel and Massa. Sergio Perez a great 4th place, with the Mercedes taking 5th and 6th. Buemi and Alguersuari taking good points for Toro Rosso. And de Resta and Petrov round out the points. A disappointing afternoon for Button, Webber, Hamilton, Alonso, and Adrian Sutil retired as well. He was running in 3rd position at one point. Obviously the drivers' standings are the same as what you saw for the race result. But yeah, there are the constructor standings, and that just about concludes today's video, guys. Thank you so much for the support on all the F1 2011 videos, F1 2010 videos. Hopefully you'll support F1 2011 in the same way, that's what I was meant to say. And a huge thanks to all the support on that episode 19, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. All I've got left to say is make sure you stay tuned for next time. We've got the Malaysian Grand Prix coming up, and we've got some press clippings in the background. As you see, Vettel wins the first race of the season. But hopefully we'll be able to take this world title like we did last year. But we'll have to wait and see. So like I say, join me in Malaysia in a couple of days' time, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.